I ended up living in my car with only my little dog. But I had no choice one day. I had no gasoline in my car. I had no food. I was sitting in a grocery store parking lot and not really knowing what to do. I begged and I thought, I know this man will help if I ask. And so I went to him as he approached the grocery store and I said, sir, I said, and I got the courage up to do it. I said, sir, I know you don't know me. I said, but I said, I'm really down on my luck. And I said, could it be possible that you could help me out with a few dollars? And that was my first time I tried to beg. And I picked the wrong person. He said, Jesus Christ. He said, now we have bums in this town. So I walked away. I went back to my car. I got the courage up to do it because I had no choice. She had an old red coat on and she came up and I asked her for help. And she cleaned out her purse. That got me food for my dog. It got me some food for me. I didn't shower very often, but when I did, I begged in front of a grocery store and I found out you could get a shower at the YMCA for $3.
I remember the days that I crawled in and out of vacant apartment buildings asleep. I was down to 106 pounds. I was wearing hand-me-down clothing. And I remember having to eat whatever they dished out, because I remember the first time this guy took me to a restaurant. He took me to the Matador for a Mexican meal, and I sat there and cried because I couldn't even eat the cheese.
First of all, for the first 6 months, in depression, because depression had developed in my life, I was frightened, alone, beginning to feel all these feelings of anger and loss. Depression was beginning to take over what was left of my life. For 6 months, I drove around. I slept in the casino parking lot. I slept in the church parking lot. I slept in the Presbyterian church parking lot, the Methodist church parking lot, the Catholic church parking lot. I like to say I slept around with every religion in the county. And you're finding families living there. After 6 months of living in my car with only the dog and my clothes, I went to the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, which is very similar to the San Francisco Bay Bridge, just as high, with the full intention of ending my life. I, a successful man almost all my life, had now reached a point where there was no way out. I was tired of living. I wanted to disappear.
I had moved my kids from Michigan to Oklahoma City. I drove the truck myself. I had done a lot of things in my life, and to wind up living at a homeless shelter and not being able to move forward, I took my motivation. I just took it for granted.
With the full intention of taking my life. And I walked out on that bridge after putting a bowl of water on the floorboard, a bowl of food on the floorboard, and a note on the dashboard that said, "This is my dog Willow. I call her the Wonder Dog. When you find her, please love her." As I reached to begin to climb over it in my mind, and only in my mind, because I could hear my little dog Willow barking in the distance. Come back, I need you. I want you to be back. And so that's what I did. Pushed myself back from that rail and ran off that bridge. I didn't know where I was going to go.